What is up, guys and girls? Clarence here, also known as Surrender Freak. Today I'll be doing my first ever Digimon TCG deck profile on the black D-Brigade deck, which has been my favorite deck since its release in BT4. I'll be doing the deck profile followed by the deck's combos and end off with how to play certain matchups in the current BT6 meta. If you want to skip the boring parts, you can use the timestamps in the description to see the parts that interest you. So let's begin with the deck profile. Firstly, we have the Digitamas. The main Digitamas for this deck are 4 Pagumon from BT6, which have the inheritable effect. On deletion, reveal the top card of your deck, add it to your hand if it's a black Digimon card, otherwise place it at the bottom of your deck. So this effect is very useful as in D-Brigade you attack the security with Commandramons quite often, so getting that card value back ensures you can continue to flood the board. We also have 1 copy of Missimon that has the inheritable effect to add 1k DP if the Digimon is D-Brigade type. So next we have the level 3s. We will run 14 Commandramon in total, which are all D-Brigade units. So we run 2 of the 5k DP ones, 4 of the vanilla ones to help memory lock our opponents, 4 of the blocker ones, and finally 4 of the on deletion Commandramons that have the effect. On deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandramon among them without paying its cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. These are the best Commandramons as they allow you to recur bodies when they are deleted, be it being deleted through attacking the security or during your opponent's turn. The level 4s are quite straightforward. We have 3 Tankmon for the cheap Evo costs. We have 4 Dark Tyrannomon as they are blockers and have cheap Evo costs. And finally 4 Tildramons which are blockers as well as D-Brigade units. For the level 5s, we run 4 promo Infirmon that have the on-play skill to de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, and 4 Tankdramons which have the effect during your turn when one of your other Digimon with D-Brigade in type is deleted, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandramon among them without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So some of you may be wondering why the Infirmon is in the deck, but I will explain it later on during the combos portion of the video. Next we have the level 6. We run 2 Gankumon that has the effect when digivolving delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost, which is great against decks that tend to flood the board like Rookie Rush and Jesmon. Furthermore, during your turn while your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon, this Digimon gains security attack +1. We also run 3 Dark Dramons that have the rush ability as well as on-play effect to return up to 5 Digimon cards with D-Brigade in their types from your trash to the top of your deck in any order. And for each card you return this way, gain 2 memory. This card is great for closing out games when you need the final attack to end the game or when you need a body to evolve into Omnimon Zwart. Lastly, we have 3 Metal Garurumon that have the reboot skill as well as the when digivolving skill Digiburst 2 to delete one of your opponent's Digimon that had a play cost of 6 or less. If a Digimon was not deleted by this effect, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. The main point of running this level 6 is for the Digiburst effect that combos well with Omnimon Zwart. Lastly, for the Digimons, we have 3 Omnimon Zwats that have the effect when Digivolving, trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you may play up to 2 black or purple Digimon that have a play cost of 8 or less from your trash without paying their memory costs. It also has the effect when attacking, you may return one of these Digimon's level 6 Digivolution cards to your hand to delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with a play cost of 12 or less. This is overall a game-winning card as it helps you flood the board, which is something D-Brigade wants to do, as well as being a form of removal. It also allows you to reuse your Gankumon or Darkdramons if they are evolved over. For the tamers, we run 2 Easy Izumi, mainly for the usual memory gain effect, as well as it helps you plan your turns ahead as you get to check the top 3 cards of your deck. If they are all black, you gain 1 memory and you may rearrange them in any order. We also run 2 duo of the new duo tamers, Easy Izumi and Jo Kido, as they have the effect at the start of your turn. If your opponent has 2 or more Digimon in play, gain 2 memory, which is a very easily achievable requirement, as most of the time there will be at least 2 Digimons on your opponent's side of the field. It also has, during your opponent's turn, when one of your Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to draw 1, so you gain value from your Digimon being deleted. Lastly, we run 2 Iron Fisted Onslaught that has the effect to delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. This is great as Black finally has its own Gaia Force to remove threats, which was something Black was lacking for a long time. So now onto the combos of the deck. The first one will be having Tangdramon on the field and attacking with Commandramons. This will ensure that if they are deleted by security, you can potentially gain the body back. Furthermore, when paired with the on deletion Commandramon, there's 2 possible bodies from the deletion. And you can actually stack the triggers however you want. You may choose to check top 3 for Commandramon first, followed by top 2 from Tangdramon, or vice versa. It's up to you. My personal preference, I like to check 3 first, followed by 2. So let's say if we actually just attack with Commandramon and he dies, resolve. 1, 2, 3. Yep, we hit a Commandramon. You can call any Commandramon, including itself, with its effect. Then Tangdramon effect will resolve. Check top 2. Oh, I hit it as well. So yeah, you can see actually this provides a lot of value, especially when you're trying to rush down your opponent. So now on to the next combo of the deck, which will show why Infirmon is in the deck. So let's say you just pushed out your Infirmon from the breeding area and you evolve into Metagarurumon for a draw. Activate its Digiburst skill, Digiburst Infirmon as well as a Commandramon, because you can't have enough D-Brigades in your trash. Then you go into Omnimon Zwat, draw, Mew 3, and call 2. So let's call Infirmon and maybe a Commandramon. So the good thing about this combo is that you guarantee an Infirmon that will be in your graveyard when you go into Omnimon Zwat, such that its on-play effect when it's called back from the trash can activate and you can de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. So this is actually a very handy combo when you want to slow your opponent's tempo down. And that's it for the combos. So now on to the final portion of this video, which are the matchups in the current meta. I'll be discussing the matchups against Jesmon, Black Royal Knights, Security Control, 3 Musketeers, and Gabumon Bond of Friendship. Firstly, I would like to say out of the 5 decks, the Jesmon deck is the worst matchup, as it has the most number of blockers compared to the other decks. This is possible through Systemon, gaining the blocker ability when there is a Hakmon or a Royal Knight on the field, which Jesmon is. So when facing against this deck, I would highly recommend you to remove the Jesmons as soon as possible, either through Omnimon Zwat's attack ability if the Jesmon is unsuspended, or the best form of removal would be the black option. So the thing that makes Jesmon so scary is actually its ability to recur Systemons from the trash. So it's just free value where you can just swing your Systemon and bring it back turn after turn. It's quite crazy. So once you actually get the Jesmon out of the way, is you can clear the board using your Gankumons. As you can see, all their level 3s are 3 costs, which is very good for us. Also, the Zword combo is very effective against this matchup as it helps you to out-tempo your opponent. As once the Jesmon goes off and you are unable to stop it or out-tempo it, right, it's pretty much GG right there. So yeah, that's about it for Jesmon. So secondly, the Black Royal Knights. There's not too much to say about this matchup other than that it's a rather slow setup deck, so you would actually look towards out-tempoing your opponent through going into Omnimon Zword first, or if not, through early aggression by using your Commandramons to Rookie Rush your opponent, as you are able to fill the board much faster than them. So thirdly, we have Security Control. There have been many forms of Security Control over the multiple boosters. As you can see later on in the gameplay video between me and my friend at our local game shop finals, he runs a rather different deck from this. But nonetheless, Security Control is Security Control and it is a scary deck. However, D-Brigade actually does pretty well against Security Control, as it has many forms of recursion when flooding the board with things like Tangdramon and the on-deletion Commandramon. Tangdramon really comes in handy in this matchup when you really need that last attack to finish off your opponent once all his security is depleted. And also when fighting against Security Control, do not be afraid to just hardcore your Digimon instead of evolving them, as having more bodies on the field is much better than just evolving up and having one body to get killed by a Gaia Force or something. So fourthly, we have the Three Musketeers. I haven't actually tried fighting a Three Musketeers deck yet because none of my friends in the playgroup actually tried to make it. But I do think that this matchup will be much harder than Security Control, although the decks are quite similar, so actually the playstyle will be quite similar as well. Because mainly the issue is that they have blockers, which Security Control does not have. And the blocker being Mechanorimon is a pain in the ass because he can just constantly block your Commandramons over and over without rest. And they also have actually much better ways to remove multiple Digimon through Happy Bullet Showering, as well as, forgive me for butchering the name, but Gottschwarmer. Do let me know how to pronounce it. I really have no clue how to pronounce this word. But yeah, that's about it for the Three Musketeers. And lastly, the Gabumon Bond of Friendship. I feel in this matchup, you have to try to rush your opponent with early aggression, as well as wipe out all Gabumons as soon as possible, because every Gabumon is a threat as long as Matt Ishida is on the field. The deck sadly makes the Pheromone combo quite useless because there's not really a good target to de-digivolve, as most of the time the level 6 and level 7 would die end of turn, so you don't really have a good target. So when it comes to that, actually I would recommend you do the same combo, it's just that instead of Pheromone as your Digimon source, you get Tangdramon, so you can have continued aggression with your Commandramons against this deck, because you really just see who goes faster against this matchup. And with that, we have come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking till the end. As mentioned, this was my first deck profile video, so do comment in areas you think I need improvement in, so that I can do better in my future deck profile videos. And please subscribe if you want to see more deck profile content like this. Lastly, you can check out the gameplay of this deck against Security Control in the finals of my local tournament on my friend's YouTube channel called DPB Channel. Link is in the description below. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have fun Digimoning.